The Tuscarora Lapidary Society, a nonprofit arts organization which we will refer to as TLS, has an education facility in Brookhaven, Pennsylvania, in which are taught lapidary, jewelry, and glass arts and crafts. The center opened in 2011. Detailed information about TLS and its various programs and offerings can be found on the web at lapidary.org. This slideshow is an introduction to the TLS program in glass arts. The TLS facility includes a large instruction bench shown set up in this image for glass flameworking instruction, with 5 student positions on each side and an instructor position at the end. An exhaust system to remove torch gases is in the center of the bench as well as at the ceiling. Sheets of aluminum protect the wood bench from hot pieces of glass. Here, some students are at work in one of our bead-making workshops. Glass beads are made by melting glass rods onto a steel mandrel that is coated with a clay called bead release that will allow the removal of the finished bead once it has been appropriately cooled in an annealing oven. The next couple of slides show examples of student beadwork. In addition to beads, we also teach marble making. These marbles are displayed in a hand-carved agate bowl. 5 of these marbles use dichroic glass to give a galaxy effect. The other 2 are examples of what are called implosions that simulate plant-like formations. This flame-worked marble with a single vortex pattern was then faceted, a lapidary technique, to create a pyramid of 4 polished flat surfaces on the top, thereby making one vortex look like 4 vortices. Although most TLS classes and workshops are taught by volunteer TLS member instructors, we have occasional invited instructors. In the glass program, we have been fortunate to have instruction from Patti Dougherty, Louise Mehaffey, Lisa St. Martin, and Emilio Santini. Here are some students watching a demonstration by Patti Dougherty. Patti is well known for making beads with an ocean theme. Louise Mehaffey's signature bead is called a window bead. Lapidary techniques are used to grind and polish flats on flamework beads, giving windows through which to view the interior. Louise is assisting students in the creation of their beads. The class is using lapidary grinding and polishing equipment to create windows into their beads. Here are some of the results. Lisa St. Martin gave us a workshop on the use of dichroic glass and glasses that have silver added to create special effects. This is one of Lisa St. Martin's beautiful beads. Emilio Santini has been a special guest instructor at TLS on a number of occasions. Here, students are watching one of his demonstrations intently. The following 4 slides show examples of his extraordinary work. These orchids, trilliums, and a dogwood flower were created by students in a glass flower workshop. In addition to glass flameworking, TLS offers classes in glass casting and fusing. This is the large kiln used for those workshops. Pâte de Verre is the name of the casting technique of creating items in a kiln from finely crushed glass, also called glass frit. This slide and the next show some small pieces that could be used in jewelry. This photo is of a plaster mold that is ready to be filled with glass frit and placed in the kiln for firing. The bowl itself, more precisely the open space that will become the bowl, is upside down in the bottom half of the mold with a center plug of plaster to create the interior form for the bowl. There is a conical container called the gate at the top half that will hold the glass frit that will melt down into the bowl space. Here is the result after firing and the removal of the plaster mold, but before finishing work. Lapidary equipment is used to finish the edges of the bowl. This stage is also called cold working. This and the next two slides show some of the steps in creating a bowl by the open mold technique, in which the interior of the bowl is left open during the firing. This is a Murphy fire bucket, a chamber heated by propane and air, in which one can heat glass attached to steel rods called punties. Once heated and shaped in the fire bucket, a short cylinder made of pieces of sheet glass or of glass rods is pulled into a long rod called glass cane that will be cut into 1/4-inch pieces for decorating fusing projects. In this example, short red, yellow, and blue glass rods were heated in the fire bucket, twisted, and pulled, and then laid on wood strips to cool in the air. This educational display shows how to make pattern and twisty cane in the fire bucket. In this glass fusing workshop, students are arranging glass sheet, glass rods, and glass powders to be heated in a kiln in a process called fusing. Here are some student projects after the fusing cycle. We close with an example of a large plate that has been fused flat and is now ready to be slumped into a dish shape. This shows the result after the slumping cycle in the kiln. This concludes our overview of the TLS Glass Program. Current information on classes and meetings may be found on our website, www.lapidary.org. That's www.lapidary.org.